She's your queen to be.
Yes, but for Rhode Island. Do I want to be in Rhode Island is the question.
No, you want to go to Rhode Island, but you won't go to Brockton.
Hell no.
Pep, she's so obnoxious.
I don't blame her, though. I'd go to Rhode Island before going to Brockton.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't you need a visa to go to Brockton?
Shit!
It's not Lawrence.
And you're not shit either.
You know I always say I need a passport to get there. Come on.
No, dead ass. Like, how dare you?
That's just like
You're so
crossing the border.
disrespectful.
But stop it.
She'll send me Brockton, and I'm like, what did I tell you about this?
I'm like slowly trying to just let it grow on her.
But you know you wouldn't even go to Brockton.
You know,
Wow.
short term, I would.
Yes,
I
you're a
would.
liar. You would not do the work. All the work that it goes into home buying, you're trying to fix it, but you're lying.
Listen,
you would not.
I would temporarily.
What's temporary?
Who has temporary time?
Exactly, to do all of that.
Me?
No, you don't.
If I'm gonna have an investment property after. Temporary.
Yeah, you would buy a house
sacrifices.
to flip in Brockton.
No. You could probably live there short term. You can't live in Brockton for a year.
I wouldn't survive.
Who wants to do that?
What do you mean a year? Would I even survive a year? Would I make it?
I think you would.
You really don't know me that well.
Okay.
I'm not built for that life. I'm from the suburbs.
Like, there's pockets of Brockton. You'll live your life in Boston. You just sleep.
Nobody fucking wants to sleep in
I
Brockton.
wouldn't get any rest, okay? Worrying about if my
You're
car is
so
going to get broken into or not.
Just, if that's the case, just send her places in Abington.
Or
I do.
Or what crackhead is about to steal my tires and leave my car on bricks.
Oh,
I
my
don't have time for
gosh.
this.
Where's the lie? Because the thing about it is, the drugs and all of that is why Brockton lost its affluence. People used to flock to Brockton.
White flight. It's a real
Listen,
thing.
Listen, there are pockets they're rebuilding. It's going to take time.
No shade to any
I
of
don't have
our
the time.
Brockton listeners. Like,
don't have the time.
shout out to y'all. We just aren't living there.
Who?
Wait, are we
I
live?
mean, yeah, definitely shout out to y'all. Like, salute for living in Brockton.
Y'all so shady.
It's just, what person have you met from Brockton that really likes Brockton?
I know a few.
No, you don't.
We won't talk about
No,
that.
you don't.
But let's. You
When
see how
I-
you said you know a few.
When I
you didn't
t-
say they were your friends.
When I told my
Well,
mom I
friend
might
is a very-
when I told my mom I might possibly move to Brockton, like find a house in Brockton, she was like, "You know, I won't come to see you."
Exactly. I don't blame her. Yes, Miss Fufu.
And she was like, "You will see me different." I'm not coming. Brockton. Ade.
I thought that's what you wanted.
No.
No, you know it's yo, let me tell you, especially when it comes to African parents, when my mother found out that when I first moved here, I lived in Harbor Point. And the GPS, I gave her the address and I told her Boston, but the GPS changed it to Dorchester. She called me, Pemetra! Are you in Dorchester? Why does the GPS say Dorchester? Is that where you are living? Oh,
Yep.
Hereditary.
Yep.
Boston is so dangerous. Dorchester is always on the news.
Yeah, always.
So you think?
But look at Dorchester now.
So what you saying that's happening for Brockton?
You said
It's gonna happen.
Dorchester. Four people got shot the other day. What
Come on. It's a big town.
are
Come
you
on.
talking about?
Exactly, and Brockton's not that big.
It didn't affect home prices.
It sure ain't.
They're still going up.
It sure ain't.
Well, everybody, you know, on that note,
Hey guys.
how are y'all doing? Thank you for joining us once again.
Yeah, take your jacket off because it's gonna get spicy in here.
Yeah,
It's already hot.
As you can see, or hear, should I say, we have a special guest, a great friend of ours, and to the show, our own personal real estate agent and, you know, investment mogul, and all around Beyonce fan.
I receive all that.
So why don't you introduce yourself to the people, my dear?
Oh, well, hello. How are you? That was the perfect introduction. Charné Dixon.
Yes.
Entrepreneur,
Whole
realtor,
government.
investor.
Yes.
You know, I'm trying to be
She's a
professional.
professional.
here in the streets, you know?
So now you're trying to
Yeah.
be professional. Now you want to be professional.
Listen,
If you catch her after 9 o'clock, though.
I'm still showing houses.
Woo!
Not in Brockton, you're not? After 9 o'clock? Ooh. You are brave.
Listen,
But the worst part about it is she would.
I know she would. It's not going to be my black ass.
It won't be mine either.
I'm not going with
No,
her.
we're not
Oh,
going
no.
there.
oh my goodness, you guys are dramatic.
Are
We're
we?
African.
You know what? Us being dramatic, I think, is a perfect segue into our pepper soup topic today. Us being dramatic, quote unquote.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Due to the fact that, you know, Charné, you date the ladies.
I do.
You like the ladies.
And the ladies like Charné.
Some might say.
And so, like, Charné just called us dramatic, and this is why I say it's a perfect segue, because of the fact that you are a woman just like us, even though you like women instead of men.
I mean, honestly, I don't really blame you. If I had a choice in the matter, I don't know who would choose to actively be with niggas, honestly.
I don't know how y'all do it.
And I don't know how I do it or how any of us do it, truthfully. So, like, kudos to us. Because, and that's how I know that shit like that is not a choice. Because, like, who is actively choosing that?
Right.
Who?
Right.
You can say the same thing about dating women, though.
Tell us more. This is why I said shed the light.
No, she makes a point, too. Because if I was dating myself.
You said you heard what I said in the last
Exactly.
episode. I would smack me. I would.
Yikes.
If I was a man, like, I'm taking me out.
Yikes.
Listen.
Yeah. So, see, it's on both sides, too, because I always say, like, I couldn't actually be into dating girls because, like, of how, like, emotional we are and, like, our periods syncing up. And then, like, just, I don't think I could do it either. Maybe I'll just be asexual. Well, that wouldn't work either.
I was going to say, you know you a damn lie.
Yeah, that wouldn't work either.
Hey,
That
don't
wouldn't
knock
work.
it till you try it.
She won't try it, though. That's
Being asexual?
You won't.
No, you're right, I won't.
Exactly.
See, I wasn't even talking about that. I was saying coming to the other side.
Tell us. So what makes the other side so great, girl?
Everything.
We're here. We got time. Be more
Women are
specifics.
feeling, though. Women are
And
feeling.
you all know, y'all know we're girls. We appreciate women. We value them. We
Yeah.
love them.
We're beautiful.
Yeah.
Our skin is super soft.
Okay, our bodies are super
Yes,
Right.
we're mad warm.
Yes.
Yeah.
We do
I
have
get the appeal.
We have a maternal instinct despite your sexual orientation.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what people get fucked up and confused. And that's why we have you on this show, because hell, nature versus nurture, like they are mutually exclusive. The one doesn't justify the means for another. And so just because you might be attracted to the same sex, it doesn't mean that you're not a girl.
Oh, yeah, because I'm a lady.
Okay?
You're a fucking lady.
Absolutely. You see this leg cross?
And she can be dramatic just as much as we can be. That's why I brought it up.
I hear no lie.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in my sense of the whole like nature versus nurture, there's always this debate I've found, especially amongst Black men, that they feel like something traumatic had to have happened to you, or you're choosing to be gay. And I
Niggas are so ignorant.
Yeah, I can't really get down with that logic, because no one told me or influenced me into liking niggas. I just did. So that's kind of stupid.
And furthermore, the amount of backlash and bullshit and hate that comes with being LGBTQIA in this society, who the fuck would sign up for that?
Yeah, yeah.
Seriously.
That's
Where?
that's kind of like signing up to be Black.
Listen, so imagine being Black, gay, and a woman. Like,
Exactly.
So tell us, Charné. We can't imagine, so tell us.
yeah. Listen, it's all of the above. Hard, and hard.
How do you navigate through it? How do you do it? Because in spite of all of these factors that make you who you are, you're extremely successful. Real estate agent, investment group. You just finished flipping your first house, which you are the homeowner of, and now you're about to sell it. That house is beautiful. And the house is beautiful. Like and let's not forget, I don't know if you know this, Fu, but she was a college ball athlete.
Oh.
Yes, full scholarship, Wright State University, Ohio.
So you getting groupies now is nothing new to you. You've been doing this.
Nah.
You've been doing this.
Stop starting rumors.
You see how she can't even yell? That's the highest her voice gets.
This is my voice. It always has been. It doesn't get any higher. Maybe a little lower.
Her sexy voice. Or real estate is her love language, so that's when her voice will get real low.
Mm-hmm. Unless she's sending me Brockton listings.
Oh, you guys are literally like two of my favorite clients, but on the opposite end of the spectrum. Like, fool, you're so emotional, and literally you just care about the color of the walls. Where is it located? Pep's like, how much is this investment going to be worth in 5 years? Like,
no, legit. Yeah, it's true.
Big picture, fam. Always big picture.
Yeah.
Big picture.
I'm like,
picture.
I hate that bathroom color. Charné's like, we can fix it.
We can fix it.
And that's why I'm like, we can fix that. That adds value to the property. Let's get it. Fuck that bathroom.
Thank you. Not your forever home.
Legit. She texts me that every day. It's not your forever home, Foo. Just remember that. I'm like, no, I'm not living in Brockton, Charné.
Fine. Randolph.
Yes. I could do Randolph.
Randolph is cute.
Right.
I could do Randolph.
Ooh, she smiled big.
We're making progress.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yes.
Yes. And even, so we were saying, like, how do you manage it all? Like, yes, you're black, you're gay, you're a woman. You're in a male-dominated industry, not just in real estate, but also you're a boutique owner. So in retail, being a business owner, along with the fact that you also started in a male-dominated sport, which is basketball.
Yeah.
So, like, please walk us through your journey from beginning to end. We want to hear it all.
Geez, shout out to all the women out there, though.
Oh,
no, seriously.
Literally.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, having a good support system.
Okay.
Again, just knowing who you are and what you want, and then finding mentors. Those were all three big things for all three of those industries.
Okay.
So, like, basketball, very male-dominated. I played at a very elite level, but I also had...
D1, she's mad humble, y'all, but she went to a D1 school.
She said elite level.
So
you guys, listen, I don't even have to gas me. You're about to bring y'all everywhere. But I also were around people who were dealing with the same things. A lot of my friends, they were committed to playing at that level, getting to the places that we wanted to be. So we kind of supported one another.
Okay.
Also had a very supportive household. So my mom was super supportive, helped me. She's a successful black woman in her own right, so had someone good to look up to, which was always dope. Transitioning into coming out.
Yes.
I was gonna say.
Yes, I was gonna say.
Yeah, how did that go over with like your mom and I guess like your support system? Because you said like she was a good support system, but in the aspect of you playing ball, like how was that in? Did she know? Because I feel like sometimes parents are just in denial.
No, it was weird. So it's crazy. I was just listening to y'all last episode talking about mothers and them having dreams.
Yes.
They be
lying.
For real. I remember my mother pulled that. I had a dream. I was like, a dream about what?
Is that how she started it?
She said,
go on, tell us more.
She told me she had this dream about me and so on and da-da-da-da, and I'm like, really? And then at the end of the conversation,
This was on the phone?
On the phone. I was in college. I was away in Ohio. I remember calling my grandmother immediately, like, Nana.
Did you tell? I was gonna say, did Nana snitch on you?
No, but Nana had the tea. She told me She told me how my mother got the drop.
Wow.
Yeah. Nana's known for snitching.
Yes.
Because they're old. They don't give a fuck.
Listen,
and they got all the soap operas.
I'm telling.
But they protect their babies.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So I called the snitch on my mom. How she? She called me and said X, Y, and Z. She was like, well, let me tell you how she found out.
Shout out to Liz.
So, yeah, that was crazy.
So what was your mom's reaction like when you... So in that conversation, did you tell her or you just let her rock?
Nah, I was like, I'm a terrible liar. So I was just like, yeah, so this is what it is. Like, but I wasn't even comfortable with it enough to even really be comfortable telling her. I was like telling her, but just because I was busted. Like,
Right.
This is a one-time thing.
Right. And like,
yeah, that's terrible that someone else outed you.
Right.
And you kind of like were forced into a corner of like saying it when you weren't really comfortable saying
right.
it.
Because it's a process. What was your mother's reaction?
She was very shocked. She wasn't very happy, but,
Are you guys close?
Yeah, we're super close.
Right.
Super close. That's my baby.
So was that, shout out to the moms. So is that why her reaction was the way it was, you think?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you guys are close and like clearly y'all talk. You tell her a lot.
Right.
But you didn't tell.
But you didn't tell her that major thing.
Yeah, I didn't tell her that. So yeah, I think she was surprised. She didn't know. She didn't know what to think or what was going on. I was so far away, and she wasn't really included in such a big part of my life. But I was still figuring it out.
Right. And when did you come to the realization, like, yeah, I don't fuck with niggas?
Shortly after that relationship.
Which one?
My first one. After it was supposed to be my one and done.
With a guy?
No, with a girl.
Oh, and then you realize, this is lit. I think I'm gonna stay over here.
Exactly.
Shit,
Yeah.
really? She dipped her toe in a pool and then drowned.
Yeah, I mean literally.
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So you had dated guys all before?
Absolutely.
Wow.
But in your mind of dating these guys, right? You had to be thinking like, this shit ain't lit. Like,
But what do I know to compare it to?
that's true.
Because how old were you around this time?
That I dated my first girl?
Yes.
I was 20.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty late.
She don't know shit, though.
21. maybe.
Like, what do you know at that
That's
age?
true. That's pretty late. That's pretty late. But I just feel like, I don't know, like I had like maybe an associate, I guess, that I went to school with. And like, but I mean, I was like a mean girl in high school.
I'm sure you were.
And and like, it wasn't even like to pick at her, but I was like, are you sure you like guys? Like,
Oh, you would ask somebody that question.
But I really just wanted her to like be comfortable with telling me, but I didn't have the words for it because I was like a young, like dumb girl.
And just being fucking nosy.
And just being nosy. This was before my mind your business motto. So I'm like, are you sure? I'm like, you can tell me. Because I just feel like I'm getting this vibe. And like, it's not very common because we were in high school at the time. And like, we didn't really have like, because what year was this? Like early 2000s. So it's like still taboo, quote unquote. And she was also first generation. Her parents were Caribbean. So that was frowned upon.
Let it go.
So yeah, but I mean now like it's like, I'm out, I'm me, I'm da-da-da-da, but like, I don't know, it's like, that's why I'm like, I feel like sometimes parents just kind of know, but they're in denial. And then when you finally say it, they're like, oh my God, what are people going to say?
That's it.
Yeah.
Is
But
that
you're not Caribbean?
No.
Black American? Okay. So do you feel like it's more accepted in the Black American community?
No. I mean, maybe more, but no.
No?
Not for real. I mean, not in a sense where it makes a difference. It's still taboo.
Okay. Okay. Amen.
That's
Okay.
what I'll say.
Right.
Well, I guess
You have
I'm...
Christianity, religion.
Yeah.
That's
They put-
true.
They put that on
Especially the
it.
way black people
Listen,
historically have had to cling to religion.
they throw that Bible at you so quick.
Yep.
Yeah.
And wait a second. Sorry, Foo. Your father is a pastor.
I am a PK.
Shit. Yeah, you better be a preacher's kid.
Yeah,
out
that's
here.
true. That's
Ooh.
true. Well, it's funny because I actually had this conversation with my mom not too long ago because she was saying how like 2 of her coworkers were lesbians, and then she was like, "It's just not right." And I was like, "What's not right?" And she was like, "Well, the Lord." I was like, "Mom, you know how much the Lord says not to do. You can't pick and choose what you want to do and what's acceptable and what's not acceptable." I'm like, "Do you know how many things you've done in your life
That probably catch on fire.
that the Lord, quote unquote, would not find acceptable?" You know what I'm saying? So it's like that whole like throwing the Bible at you is just, it really gets me because I'm just like, okay, y'all have premarital sex all the time.
Okay.
Y'all have babies out of wedlock.
Okay. She was just advising you to bring your baby home.
Thank you. Thank you.
And it's so funny because, and also nature versus nurture, like I think it's interesting because me growing up, my family thought I was gay.
I remember you said that.
Simply based off of the fact that, like, I didn't fuck with niggas. Like, I wasn't dating none of these dirty ass boys. Like, mind you, this is after y'all told me to leave boys alone.
Yeah.
And not to come pregnant on the doorstep. So which one is it? And now as I'm minding my business, they don't. Especially as I got to college, it was like, and I think my mom started feeling the pressure because as I was getting older and she would tell, people would ask, oh, how's Pep doing? This, that, and the third. Oh, Pep's doing good. She's got this job. She's doing this. She's traveled here, this, that, and the third. So it's like I was traveling. I had my apartment. I had all of these things. But people
no man in sight.
But no man in sight. And everybody thought that I was like losing.
Mm-hmm. They want you to do it all.
And do you feel that pressure as a lesbian?
I do. I mean, my mom still pressures me about her grandbabies.
Yeah.
But it's not even so recent that she even probably believed that it was like a possibility. In her mind, it's like, oh, you're gay. I'm never going to be a grandmother.
But it's like, okay, I still have female reproductive organs.
Like,
these parts still work. Like,
right.
Now, let me ask you this. Would you be the carrier of the baby? Would you be down?
that's...
I told you it's spicy today. It's spicy.
A little bit. Jeez, give me some water. It's debatable. It's something I've always said no to. Well, I take that back. I can't even say always. I've only wanted kids for like the past 5 years.
Okay.
I've always kind of grew up saying, I'm never having kids.
What brought you to the realization now that you are interested in them?
Probably experiencing being in love.
Oh,
That was so precious.
that was
guys
the
are so
perfect
good.
answer. That's why you bang bitches. You see, talking shit like that,
Yeah.
and she meant it, y'all.
Yeah, she
Oh
did.
my god,
She
Why
did.
are you so
That was
dramatic?
really sincere. That was so
that
cute.
was so sincere.
It was. That was adorable.
Will you hold my hand?
No.
That was adorable.
Look, interview's over, son.
All right, we'll stop.
Just kidding.
But yes,
But nah, bro.
wow.
Stop. And then I have a little sister. I got to like literally be there for her being born, growing up. Like I got little cousins, so I
Right,
get
yeah.
to like be the older auntie
Right.
or like big sis. So
Yeah.
it's different than growing up and seeing Stallion Nose kids. Like
And if your kid is gonna be out here.
Listen.
I can see your baby right now. Do you want a girl or a boy?
a boy. But I want a
Really?
healthy baby, of course. But
Yeah, everyone always says they just want
You right, just a healthy baby, but I couldn't see you with a boy.
what?
Really?
My little guy?
Seriously?
I could totally see her with a girl. Let's be clear, like, you're a fucking lady.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't like
Yes.
you don't like rodents.
Who does?
Nobody does, but like
Bugs,
trust me.
instincts,
Yeah,
nothing.
nothing. She's just like no. Like you and you know like
Literally, I
how
hate
men will
bugs,
be
too.
will act like it doesn't bother them even if it does, right? So that's the whole point of this episode, that at the end of the day, just because you like women doesn't mean that you don't have female tendencies. And
Facts.
so with that being said, like, you love Beyonce. You mentioned your leg cross the other day. You go get your nails done. You like to get dressed up.
I hate bugs too, though.
But
See?
you know what I'm saying.
They're disgusting. Like now that the weather's getting warmer, that's what I'm not looking forward to.
Not at
There was
all.
a bug in my car
Man, she
today.
interrupted to talk about
No,
bugs.
because
Let it
she's
out.
like,
because,
She's like,
time
time
out.
out.
because you can't say like, oh, you don't like. No, who does though? Who does like bugs? There was a bug crawling up my mom's leg in the car today, and she like caught it in her like sweatpants, and she was like, pull the condom. She was like, a demon. She was like, Jesus will spray his blood in your face.
I jumped out of a moving car because there was a bee.
Yes.
Yo, I swear.
I can only imagine if that bug was crawling up my leg as I'm driving, I would have killed us all.
But let me ask you, and this is why I brought up the bug thing. Like, I brought it up because the thing about it is, societally, they would look at Charné and be like,
And just think she's not supposed to be afraid of bugs.
Yes, exactly.
Because of the way I
yeah,
dress.
because of the way she dresses, the way she carries herself. They would, if anything, they would expect Charné to be the one to kill the bug.
Yeah, that's true.
And Charné is gonna look at you like, I'm a fucking girl. Like I'm all the way a girl.
Not here for it.
Yes.
Well, I know a lot of men that are afraid of bugs too.
Do you?
Yes.
I know niggas that won't admit it.
That's true. They won't.
Yeah, like
But they're also terrified.
yes, knowing that you're afraid and also admitting it and acting scared is two different things. So now that we've gotten the bug stories,
Yeah, I
out of
was
the way,
triggered. I was triggered. So.
Back to your little guy. I don't know. I just see you.
Oh,
I
yeah.
see you with a little girl and dressing her up, and because you like to do those things. You like to dress up. You like to dance. You like to. You know what I mean?
Boys
you
like to do that.
That's true. That's true. But I'm
I
like
see your
thinking
point.
about, like, you see my point. Like, for instance, like I know Charnay's little sister, and like for instance, last year she threw her a manicure, like a spa day birthday party
That's cute.
at her apartment. You know what I mean? So I think maybe that's why I think about it, because I see all the things that you do for your little sister, and I'm just like, oh my God, she would just make such an amazing mother to a little girl. Especially all the shit that women have to deal with, and you've dealt with all of that shit and more. So I feel like the daughter that you would raise, she'd be a fucking problem.
But also the
is a
son.
fact.
Also
Yeah,
the son.
we know the
It's
guy
probably
is
gonna be
there.
two.
It's whatever.
Look, I have the son and the daughter.
You
Look,
ain't
stop.
give me 2 kids.
Stop it.
Twinsies.
Yes.
Just get it out the way.
Productive.
No, seriously.
You said, I just said in our group chat yesterday, and I
Yeah.
said to the food, it was a grid of 9 faces. It was like, you just went to the doctor for a checkup, and you found out that you're pregnant with twins. Which reaction are you?
Boop. One and done.
Yeah. No, low key, I'd be kind of excited because it's like, yes, I don't have to do this shit again.
Right.
Like, I'm
Just
done.
get it out the way.
Yeah.
Have the doctor put a few extra stitches.
Stop it.
Put 1 kid on
See?
each titty and keep it moving.
That just hurt me.
That's why you don't want to carry the babies.
I don't like pain. Like I don't want none of it. I don't want none of it.
And that's another thing. Look, yes, you don't like pain. Tell us about it.
Yes.
Like, come on.
And
mean,
again,
I-
you know that, again, we're talking about these societal, like, oh, man up. And they would expect her to do that.
Yeah. Well, I have a high threshold for pain.
So do I. We know that.
I mean, I
said
do
no.
because I've had to. Like, obviously, I play sports. I
Right.
lift.
Because
I
you've
work out,
torn
like,
your ACL.
I have.
Yep.
I had to learn to walk again. That
Yep.
shit was.
See, y'all be doing the most. Sit your black asses down, and you wouldn't be tearing
But
shit.
we fit.
Right.
What y'all trying to say? I'm not fit?
Let me ask you this. You got endurance?
Of course I have endurance.
Okay.
I have the endurance to sit here for 4 hours.
We know what you got endurance for.
Are you being fresh? How dare you?
Kinda.
She's like, duh. What else you want?
I can't.
Oh,
I
man.
really can't. I
Jesus.
can't.
What would you say to any either parent, any young person listening that's under the age of 18, because we know y'all listen, shout out to y'all, or any person that's just currently in transition in their lives where they're in this chapter where they're like enlightened about their sexuality, they've accepted who they are. Because like you said earlier in the episode, you said it's about knowing yourself. That's how you've been able to navigate all these male-dominated spaces, even though you are Black, you are a lesbian. And so with that being said, you said it's because you knew yourself. So what advice would you give somebody who is in a similar situation where it's like, yo, I'm ready. Like, this is who I am. I accept it. And I'm ready to live my best life.
Yeah, like how did you get to that place of knowing yourself? Like my whole thing is you said you realized like after you put your toe in the water that you're like, okay, this is it. Like this is lit. But how did you get to that actual like part, like where you realize like, oh shit, I do like girls.
And I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Loaded. Loaded question. 2 parts.
Yes.
Getting there was, again, experience and time, just being with different people, trying to date a guy again. It was like,
So that's when you were like, this shit is not lit.
Right. Then I realized I had to ask myself, like, why am I doing this? Am I
Okay.
doing this for me? Am I doing it for my mom? For like society? Like
Oh,
to look
to be
good.
with the guy. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I was like, yo, this is my nigga. Like, yo, let's be cool.
Right. Got me.
Dap me. Then I was living that like secret life a little bit, living basically 2 lives. Mom looked like, where you going? Another flannel shirt, like another button up, like.
Right.
And then you again, as Pep was saying, I'm such a lady. Again, meeting people, being in a relationship, you're gonna meet a woman who's they're not gonna take it. They're like, girl, you still in that closet? You ain't come out yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? So. And then it's like, again, well, what do I want? Do I want to be with someone? How can I say I want to be with someone? I can't even, like, be real with myself.
Right.
So be real with yourself.
Yep.
That's first. And then, again, talk to somebody.
Okay.
Like, really talk to somebody. I had friends, again. Friends. I can't necessarily say family until later.
Right.
Later in life. But that just, again, became more comfortable even saying it. Hey, I'm gay. Hey, I like women. Hey, this is who I am. Like, once you're able to say it to yourself, then you can say it to someone else and not give a fuck what they say.
Amen. And so, in regards to that, you said something important about talking to people, and you mentioned your mentors earlier in the show. So how, and I'm a big believer in mentorship because I've had them and they're amazing. How do you suggest one go about finding a mentor, especially like you've had mentors for various things. So you in basketball, in real estate, you've had someone to talk to throughout like your coming out journey. I don't know if you had a mentor for that or somebody to look up to, but what do you suggest?
Mentors are everywhere, just people you meet in life. Then the term kind of makes it seem like it could be bigger than what it is. It could be a neighbor, could be someone you just feel comfortable talking to. For me, playing basketball and just kind of being out in Boston, I knew a lot of people. So I guess mentors professionally just came from networking, being out there, just meeting someone who's in real estate. Hey, this is what I want to do. I was lucky enough, I'm going to go professional first, professionally to literally talk to my mailman one day. Like,
oh, wow.
My mailman, he was like, talking to me, and he had heard that I was doing real estate, and like I took him serious. He was like, hey, like, you need to come join my team. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm renting apartments. I'm renting an apartment every month, thinking I was doing something cute.
Right.
And he humbled you real quick.
He pulled out his phone and he showed me a check for $10,000, and he was like, you need to come over to my team. And I was like, wait.
The mailman?
Exactly.
I be wanting to fight my mailman, so.
Just the most least expecting person. If you ever read the book, The Millionaire Next Door, like literally this guy, he's the most humble dude I ever met. But
and
anyways,
he still keeps his day job.
And because he loves to walk. Literally, he keeps it for the exercise. Like, he was like, meet me at Dunkin' Donuts tomorrow at 7 a.m. And I met him there. It was a Sunday. And literally changed my life. We talked for 3 hours. He started pouring into me, just showing me the ropes of transitioning from like rentals to sales. And he wanted for nothing, like no referral fees. He just wanted to pay it forward. And he always told me like, when you really get settled, I want you to do the same thing. And so that's literally like what I've been trying to do. So again, just anyone you're meeting and network with and talking to, tell them what your interests are, what you like to do. I literally told him I was interested in real estate. Next thing you know, like we were on the same team. So that's how I got my, my push really to take real estate serious from just part-time to being like, yo, this could actually be a career.
Word. We have you here. Let's segue into the real estate real quick.
Sure.
What do you suggest?
Always down for that.
You see her? Y'all should have just seen her shimmy.
We've been going back and forth.
Right, we have. And real estate, like I said, is her love language. So, and I just asked you to give advice to people out there who are, looking for mentorship, trying to come out, this, that, and the third, whatever journey that they're on. So, what's your advice out there for all the people who want to buy homes?
Because it's definitely not easy.
And you've been schooling me in food for a while, so.
Yeah.
Yes, you guys make me so proud with your progress.
I feel like I haven't gotten anywhere in my progress.
Stop it. You see what I'm talking about?
Yes.
You see how
she's just so hard. In other news, my credit score is amazing. I be sending Charné screenshots like,
this is what we doing.
Yeah,
This is
mine's
what we
getting
doing.
up there.
you see? We gotta stay focused on the positive.
That's true.
Yo, I want my whole circle,
Yes.
the whole circle to be homeowners and beyond.
So-
So my advice is to do it. I mean, land, they're not making any more of it. Buy it. Like, seriously.
It's true.
And what about the people who are like, oh, like, sure, she's saying buy it, but like she's making it sound so easy. Like, how do I buy a house? Like, I have a bunch of student loans. I have a bad credit score. Like,
Sure.
where do you think people should start to get themselves prepared to buy a house?
Start mentally by, like, not psyching yourself out, right? Because literally,
Yeah, that's
Preach, Pastor.
Yeah.
we literally look at home ownership like it's this big mountain that we have to climb, and we tell ourselves all these reasons why we're not going to be qualified, instead of just waking up one day and walking into the bank and being like, yo, this is my life. Tell me what's up. And they will literally tell you what's up. Give them 30 minutes. They'll tell you, hey, this is what your debt to income ratio is. You need to get it here. This is what your credit score is. You need to get it here. They're not like talking down to you. They're giving you a map like, yo, either you're there, hey, you qualify, or you're not, but if you do this, you will.
Right.
So at least just figure out where you stand.
Right. Like, figure out what the work is that you have to do instead
Yeah.
of just running from it like, I can't do it.
Exactly. Don't
Amen.
psych yourself out.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
That was me a few times.
And I'll definitely say you put me onto the first-time home buyers class, which demystified a lot of the fears and things of that nature. So I think that was also a great place to start, because that reminds you of what it is that you have to do when they're sitting there saying like, yo, these are all the factors that you need to have all the way together before you can get a loan. And it's like, all right, now I know what I need to do. So let's start to work. And it's not impossible. It's literally all included in your day-to-day shit.
It really is. Like, some people are like, oh, I have to just pay off 2 more cards. And it's like, but maybe you don't, actually, because you might make enough money where your debt to income ratio is sufficient.
Ooh, you better speak jargon.
That
Go
was fancy.
ahead.
That was
Yes,
fancy.
real estate jargon. Yes, honey.
But also, like, those classes they give you a lot of information. Like, people are always worried about, like, how am I really going to save $10,000 in this amount of time for a down payment? And sometimes a lot of those programs will put you on to places that will pay for your down payment and pay for your closing costs. It's literally free money.
Yep.
And I was just ecstatic when I found out about that. That I don't have to spend. That's like my favorite pastime, not spending my own money.
Stay liquid.
Yeah.
Then you could update your kitchen, which
Ooh.
means we could get a more dated house.
Yes. Yes.
See?
These are the things that are important to me.
Y'all don't even know the progress that this is progress.
We have.
I'm
We've-
smiling.
We
at
have
this
made progress.
feedback.
I mean, I'm not going to Brockton, but we've made
All
progress.
right. I can only try.
Oxy is so tickled every time we say Brockton.
He knows it's true. That's why he fucking lives in New York.
It's even worse.
What?
New York.
I live in New York before I live in Brockton, and I don't even like New York.
Yeah.
You
New
gonna-
York
you gonna
is
spend
mad
more
gray.
money.
If I'm saying I'm willing to live in New York, where I know the majority of my transportation is going to be on that train, that's how you know I really don't fuck with Brockton. Because I don't
Yeah.
even take the train in New York.
Yeah,
Jeez.
that's true.
Well, we're just gonna have to expand the budget. Like
From
with
where?
that.
From where? But expand what?
Manifest it.
Fool's like, I didn't sign up.
Yeah,
for
she's
that.
like, I didn't sign up for that.
I didn't.
No,
Because my whole thing is this, like, yeah, I could have a poppin' ass credit score that would get me, a loan for $300,000 or $350,000. Who's paying that mortgage? Who's paying that monthly? Not me.
Depends. You get a multifamily. You get some tenants.
Girl, bye.
She don't wanna do that.
You don't wanna
She don't
do
like
that.
people.
Yeah, I'm not doing
And
that. And come knocking on my door at all hours of the night because something broke. Who's fixing it? Not me.
You're gonna have to explain this when I say it. But tell me now, she's not the ultimate pillow princess.
Yes, I could definitely see that. I can definitely see that. She wants to do no work.
I really don't.
She just wants to be.
Can you tell the people what a
Please.
pillow princess is?
Exactly that.
Is this a
they
gay
want to
term?
just be pleased.
Huh?
Is this a gay term?
Yes.
Oh, they just want to be. So does that, do pillow princesses usually go with touch me nots?
No, they're like the complete opposite.
Explain what a touch me not is.
Well,
ahead.
Charné,
Listen,
You brought it up.
you brought the jargon up like you was
you're
here.
our expert.
No.
I am definitely not a touch me not. So
Me neither. Listen.
Exactly. That's why Charnay's like, I can't speak on a touch
Like,
me
I don't
not.
know nothing about that.
are they? So I don't know if they're typically only in lesbian relationships, because I have, well, not anymore, but I used to work with a guy who was a bottom. I learned this term from him. So he was more of the
He takes the D.
yes.
There you go.
doesn't really
She's
give
so
it.
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm like, let it out, girl.
Like, that's so inappropriate.
He takes the D
Oh my God, heavens.
in the back door.
But he said, oh my God, perpetual.
It is what it is.
But
Fuck the stigma.
Normalize it.
Exactly.
But he said that he explained himself as a vessel. Like he doesn't need to he feels like pleasing people is what pleases him.
Yeah.
So he doesn't need to have like anything done to him, but that's not really a touch me not, right? Cuz like
No, because he's still getting it.
Does he like to be touched?
yeah, you're right. But he doesn't well his example was like, oh,
Because he doesn't penetrate back. He's not a top.
no, he's not a top.
Right.
But he said that
might get topped
like
off.
he wouldn't
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
real
Like,
as fuck.
Well, he said that he wouldn't mind if like his partner lasted like 2 seconds as long as they get off, that makes him happy.
Oh, yeah, he's tripping.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely tripping.
I mean, it could turn me on, but geez.
No, he's definitely tripping. But so you said pillow princess and touch me nots do not go together. So are touch me nots only in lesbian relationships, or can they also be in like male gay relationships?
I don't know. I mean, I assume they could be in any relationship. It's just someone who doesn't
But you're
like
always,
to be touched.
but like as a man, you're always getting touched in some type of way. As a woman, not really.
Wow.
Food for thought.
Yeah, no, you really just was like, that dead silence, y'all, we were thinking.
Yeah, mind blown.
Listen, I don't know nothing about the men's. I don't know about the men's.
Whose man's is good?
Charné said that ain't got shit to
They
do
ain't got
with
shit
me.
to do.
Okay,
Okay, I'll play
so-
for that team.
All right, so then explain to me, pillow princess, touch me not, they don't go together. Why not? Because the touch me not does not want to be touched.
Right.
So why
Pillow princess wants all the
attention.
all the pleasure and attention.
So why don't they go together like you said?
Oh, you might be right. Listen, I'm not either of them, so I don't know.
And you don't deal with them.
Listen,
Oh,
no.
she don't. Oh, and
I'm
those
not
are
trying
two
to deal with
types.
no pillow princess.
Yeah, no. You're not. Yo, she looks so disappointed. Yeah, you're not trying to deal with a pillow princess, and you ain't trying to deal with a touch me not. You want the reciprocation.
Where's the
First of all, I'm
Yes.
offended. I am not a pillow princess.
Not in here.
Maybe not in the bedroom,
Right.
but like. But like maybe in life.
She shut up real quick.
You're right. In life, I probably am.
You are
I really
totally a
don't.
pillow
I really
princess.
don't want to do
She's like,
shit.
do it, actually.
I just want my house.
I want my house. I want food.
She literally, what'd you call me the other day? Charné, you see the house I sent you? I need you to make it like yours. That's it. I'm like, wait, what? Make it like yours. Like, what?
I really did. I was like, do you see the vision? Just do it. Just do it, Charné.
And she doesn't give a fuck about your process,
Nope.
about your steps. She's
Nope.
like, but why can't you make it happen?
Right, like, first of all, I'm a realtor. I'm not even your developer right now.
Yes,
Two different hats.
Yes.
But you wear both hats so well.
For you, fool.
Yeah.
You better make sure you break her off with a good commission.
Listen.
I mean, I don't know how that works. Take whatever you want.
Look,
You heard it
the
here
seller's
first.
gonna pay it. It's okay. The seller's gonna pay it.
I don't know how this works. Just do it, Charné.
Exactly. Point proven.
And she said, take whatever you want. Look, yeah, exactly.
You better be careful.
And no real estate agents can get her. She's taken.
Yeah.
I'm talking about food. Like,
Oh,
because
yes.
she's out here advertising, take whatever you want. You know, people are going to come in her inbox trying to sell her house.
She's loyal. Look, I'm not worried.
Yes. No, I'm not worried either. I'm just telling people.
I'm not.
I'm just telling people not to waste their fucking time because she's going to leave you on red.
Yeah. I tend
And
to
she's
do that.
good for that.
Yeah, I am.
Trifling.
Yeah.
But you know, we all gotta do things to protect our peace. Before we get out of here, I do want to touch on another thing, especially because you know this is what we do on this show. This is one of our main factors: mental health.
Yes.
How had like in any way like did coming out or just like all the various industries that you've been in, these male dominated things that you've conquered, has any of that impacted your mental health in any way?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. That's real as fuck.
Nah, seriously, I have anxiety on another level.
Okay.
And I mean, real estate in general is high stress,
Yep.
whether female or male. Entrepreneurship, all of those things. So I guess my anxiety, being able to control it and realizing when it's happening,
Yeah.
what things are in my control and not in my control.
You better preach this. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Keep talking.
Look, it's
You
an everyday struggle.
You see my goosebumps? Literally, I'm so proud of you.
Look, yeah, that's because you're literally my clinician. So. Shout out to Pep for that.
I was gonna ask you, what are some coping skills that you use?
Call Pep and be like, these niggas got me fucked up.
Yeah, no, legit. That's how our conversations go. What you were saying about mental health, Pep, I was gonna say, so I guess it's kind of different because you kind of came out like, well, not late in life, but like kind of late or in life compared to like a lot of these kids that we see nowadays.
Yeah.
And it's just like heartbreaking to
That little boy.
Yeah, to hear stories about like, you know, getting bullied for being gay, but like you're not as mentally strong because you're a young kid.
Right.
So like, did you experience bullying?
No.
You said you were like 20, 21? I feel like you can't bully me at 20. I'll beat you up.
That's
But you know
maybe
what? I
not
think
society. Maybe
I was gonna say, I feel like as we get older, nobody is directly bullying you, but society becomes like your biggest bully, like where that shit fucks with your peace.
Yeah.
Like, especially because as adults, that's what fucking gets us through and keeps us from dying.
Right. Yeah.
Is peace. So when you're looking over your shoulder, or quite frankly, which I think is very interesting and I would love for us to talk about, is like even going to fucking get jobs you're discriminated against because of the fact that you're a gay woman. Have you dealt with that before? Like, has that even I can't even imagine.
That is a form of being bullied. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it was direct, but I just remember my own discomfort going into like the professional world and feeling like I had to dress a certain way or be like a little bit more girlier. And I got to a point where I just was like, yo, fuck this. I'm not even comfortable. Like, like I've been wearing baggy clothes since I was a kid. Like, if you see any of my throwback pictures, like this is just always how I've been most comfortable, wearing sports bras. My mom yelling at me, if you don't put on a regular bra with that dress, like, first of all, I don't want to wear the dress. So let's start there.
Shout out to Steph.
Yo, for real, she'd be so tight. Like, if you don't take that Nike sports bra off, like.
I mean, they're very comfortable.
Yeah, legit. But thank you. But again, it goes to once you get comfortable with who you are and who you want to be, like that outside noise starts to really fade.
And you know what? It's interesting because that keeps getting brought up, and I'm like, I agree with that. But you know what? I feel like we're saying it because we are comfortable with ourselves, but we're skipping the process.
Absolutely, that's true. Because it was a process.
So tell us about your process.
You know, it came with experiences, like trying to fit in and trying to do these things and realizing like, yo, this is torture for myself. Like, this is not where I want to be. It's not how I want to look. Like, that becomes so mentally draining. Like, you could really go into depression.
Triggered, goosebumps, all of it.
You could really, but then you forget, like, who am I trying to please? Is it my boss? Is it my mom? Is it my girl? Like, is it like who?
Yep.
So yeah, again, I know I keep saying this sounds repetitive, but at least for me, it was really just going through all these dark places and realizing like, yo, who is Charné?
Do you think that helped you come out of that darkness when you were able to discern like, yo, what the fuck? Because one thing I will say, like knowing you, is that like you don't like to be uncomfortable.
No.
So you want the solution to that
What
shit.
is up? Let's talk about it.
Yeah, you don't like to be uncomfortable.
I don't, but this is because I feel like I spent so long being uncomfortable.
Yo, that's all I got. She just shut the whole shit down. Mic drop.
Yeah.
Growth is a beautiful thing.
I'm sorry. I'm just also triggered because I looked at my email and Charné yet again sent me 4 houses in Brockton. Okay, it's time to go. It's
look
time
at the
to go.
townhouse. I bet you'll
It's
like
time
it
to go.
though.
I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm not even.
I looked at it this morning. I was like, ooh, I hope she sees this one. She's gonna smile, but then
No,
she's
all
gonna
I
see
saw,
Brockton.
all I saw was Brockton. I
Is
didn't
it on
even
the
click on
Abington
it.
line?
I don't think so.
My address would say Brockton.
Yeah, girl, but as long as you don't have to do your grocery shopping there, you've made it.
You guys are so disrespectful to. I want the Brockton listeners to call and write in.
Go ahead, send the smoke because
Listen.
you won't be on the receiving end of it. Try me.
Yeah. No. Now it's time to go. It's time to wrap this up because I feel triggered. Just disrespected. I don't know how many times I have to tell you no.
Charné, tell the people where to find you. Give them everything.
You could find me on Instagram, C Dixon IG. That's my real estate page. You can also follow my boutique, Fashion and Art, at Shop V2III PEP. If you want to follow me, Charné Dixon, CHARNE DIXON.
You're such a social butterfly.
Stop it.
She's out here. She's out here in these streets. She could sell you a house. She could sell you some sneakers. Mm-hmm. Yeah, who knows?
Might
what
take
else
your
she can
bitch.
do. I was gonna say.
I don't do that.
I don't do that. You sound like a nigga.
I like
for
them
real.
single.
Do you like them straight?
You know,
Wow. You couldn't even hide your insurance. You couldn't even hide it.
I don't discriminate.
Uh-huh.
Amen.
I'm sure you don't.
Summertime.
Summertime is here. It's here. Well, not with the weather, but
Yeah.
For the rest of y'all that want to find us, write into us at pepandfoo@gmail.com.
Pep and fufu.
Whatever. Y'all know my name.
you see? Look, you see?
Or our IG is Pep Talks, the letter N, Fufu. Pep Talks and Fufu? That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's who we are.
On IG.
I knew that.
And the email, once again, pep and the letter N and fufu@gmail.com. Don't be sending no emails to Pep and Foo because they ain't coming to us. Don't listen to the Pillow Princess. Thank y'all so much for listening.
It be your own friend.
It be your own friends. Thank y'all for listening, and we will see y'all later.
Peace out.
Later.